Listen to me right now at this very moment. Greatness is upon you, not tomorrow, not next week. I say greatness is upon you right now. But the question is, will you answer the call? You weren't born just to exist. You were born to dominate, to rise, to push through pain pressure. You've been through too much to stop here. You've cried too many nights to quit now. You didn't come this far just to come this far. People look at success like it's some kind of accident. No, it's a decision. Every single day you gotta wake up and choose greatness. You gotta want it as bad as you wanna breathe. You gotta grind when you're tired. You gotta push when nobody's clapping. Because greatness doesn't show up for the lazy. Greatness shows up for the hungry. Listen to me, you got something in you that the world ain't even seen yet. That idea, that dream, that fire is waiting on you to activate it. Don't let your fear kill your future. Don't let your friends talk you out of your destiny. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need approval to be great. You need execution. Yeah, you're tired. Yeah, you feel alone, but you're also chosen. You're also anointed. The pain you're feeling, that's the price for elevation. Diamonds are made under pressure. So don't run from the ground, embrace it. Greatness is upon you, but it ain't gonna stay forever. You gotta catch it. You gotta seize it. You gotta fight for it like your life depends on it, because it does. Today is your day, your moment, your breakthrough, your legacy. Don't waste it. Don't doubt it. Don't wait on it. Claim it. Stand up and declare, I will be great now someday. Now, you gotta understand something right now, something they never taught you in school, something your friends might not even realize. Greatness is not luck. It's not genetics. It's not a roll of dice. It's a decision. It's you looking at your life, your struggle, your goals, and saying, I choose greatness. I choose to rise. I choose to fight. People want to talk about fate. They want to talk about destiny. They want to talk about, or maybe it's not meant for me. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing a minute for you if you don't move. The door ain't gonna open just because you looked at it. The future you want ain't gonna show up just because you dreamed about it. You gotta decide with every fiber of your being that you're going to be great. Then you gotta act on that decision like your life depends on it. Because it does. You see, I didn't wake up one day and stumble to greatness. I didn't fall into motivation. I was broke. I was homeless. I was eating out of trash cans, man. But I made a decision. I said, I'm gonna stay here. This ain't how my story ends. I don't know how I'm gonna get out, but I know I'm not staying in. That's what I'm talking about when I say it's a decision. Not a feeling, not a move, a decision. There's people out here waiting for the perfect time to move, waiting for motivation to hit them like lightning. But listen to me. Lightning don't strike people who sit still. Lightning strikes those who are already climbing, already grinding, already sweating. Gotta be in motion. You gotta be chasing something, or you'll be stuck in the same spot 5 years from now, telling the same stories, giving the same excuses. And you know what? That's the real tragedy. Not failure, stagnation. Waking up every day, looking in the mirror, and knowing you could be more, but you chose comfort. You chose fear. You chose to sit back and watch somebody else live your dream. Don't tell me you want to be successful if you're still living in indecision. Don't tell me you want to win, but every day you hit snooze. Every day you scroll more than you build. Every day you talk more than you move. Nah, you want greatness? Choose it. Choose it in the morning when you don't feel like getting up. Choose it at night when you're tired and nobody's watching. Choose it when they laugh at you. Choose it when you fail. Choose it when everything in you says quit. Choose it when you're broke. Choose it when you're heartbroken. Choose it when you've been betrayed. Choose it when life slaps you in the face and you feel like laying down. That's when you choose it. That's when greatness is born. You think champions were born that way? You think Kobe, LeBron, Serena, Elon, Oprah, Beyonce, any of them were handed greatness on a silver platter? Nah, they decided. They made the choice to separate themselves. They made the choice to give up good for great. And they made that choice every single day, not just once. Because greatness isn't a one-time thing. You don't choose it on Monday and forget on Tuesday. You wake up and you grind like the decision still hasn't paid off. You train like the spotlight ain't coming. You work like nobody's watching. Because most of the time, nobody's watching. And that's what separates the dreamers from the doers. The doers don't wait for applause. They don't wait for likes or follows or validation. They move, they grind, they decide, and then they follow through with everything they've got. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, I'm saying it's worth it. But the price of greatness is high. It costs you comfort, it costs your weekends, it costs your pride. Sometimes it costs your friends, your sleep, your habits, your past. You gotta be willing to give up to go up. You can't stay the same and become great at the same time. You gotta trade average for excellence. You gotta let go of excuses. Let go of blame. Let go of fear. Fear don't make decisions, you do. And once you make that decision, once you say, I'm done playing small, I'm done with average, I'm done letting life push me around, that's when everything changes. That's when your mind aligns. That's when your energy shifts. That's when the universe starts responding to your grind. Because it knows you ain't just talking about it anymore. You're being about it. So the next time you feel like giving up, I want you to remember this. You already made the decision. You already chose greatness. You didn't come this far to stop now. You didn't sacrifice this much to back down. You didn't bleed, cry, sweat, and crawl just to quit. You chose greatness. So now own it. Walk like it, speak like it, live like it. Because once you make that decision, everything else becomes possible. Everybody wants purpose. Everybody wants to feel like their life means something, like they were born to do something special, to make a mark, to live a life that matters. But nobody wants the pain that comes with it. Nobody to struggle, the dark nights, the setbacks, the heartbreaks. But let me tell you something straight up. Pain is the price of purpose. You don't get to your destiny without first going through some storms. You don't get to the top without climbing out of the valley. Pain is the passport to purpose. You don't get one without the other. You don't wake up one day and find purpose waiting on your pillow. You discover it in the fire. You uncover it in the dirt. You earn it through adversity. See, you've been lied to. See, you've been lied to. You were told that if it hurts, you're doing something wrong. But I'm here to tell you, if it hurts, you might just be getting closer to what you were born for. I need you to understand that the most powerful people on this planet didn't get there because life was easy. They didn't discover their gift while sipping lattes and scrolling Instagram. They found it in their brokenness, in their losses, in the moments when everybody else counted them out, when the world told them to quit, when they were down on their knees and the only thing left was a decision, either stay there or rise. And let me make this clear, pain is not punishment, it's preparation. It's not meant to destroy you, it's meant to develop you. That struggle you're in right now, that ache in your chest, that weight in your shoulders, that voice in your head telling you you're not enough, that's the training ground. That's where the transformation happens. And the people who embrace that pain, who stop running from it and start learning from it, they're the ones who walk into purpose. When I was homeless, when I was sleeping in abandoned buildings, eating out of trash cans, I didn't see the purpose. I didn't see the plan. All I saw was pain. All I felt was the cold floor and the hunger in my stomach. But now I see it clearly. That pain didn't kill me, it built me. That pain became the reason I speak with passion today. That pain became my message. That pain became the foundation for the purpose I walk in every single day. But most people don't get there because they quit when it hurts. They tap out too soon. They throw in the towel the moment the road gets rough. You want purpose? You want legacy? Then you gotta push through the pain. You gotta stay in the fight when it's no longer cute. You gotta keep swinging when your arms are tired, when your heart is broken, when your vision is blurry and your soul is weary. Because pain is not the enemy, it's the process. You don't grow when things are easy. You grow when you're uncomfortable, when everything in you wants to stop, but you keep going anyway. That's where your character is shaped. That's where your resilience is tested. That's where your purpose is forged. Stop praying for a painless life and start praying for the strength to endure the pain that will lead you to your promise. And don't compare your pain to anybody else's. Your pain is yours. Your struggle is unique. And that means your purpose is unique too. What you've been through was custom made to prepare you for what you're about to do. Every setback, every betrayal, every sleepless night, it all had a purpose. But you gotta believe that. You gotta trust that your pain wasn't wasted. You gotta trust that it's leading somewhere. Some of y'all keep asking, why me? Why not you? Why not the one who's been through hell and came out stronger? Why not the one who learned how to stand when life tried to knock you down? Why not the one who's got scars, not ashamed, but symbols of survival? Don't be ashamed of your pain. Wear it like armor. Use it like fuel. Let it remind you that if you can survive that, you can conquer this. There is power in your pain if you're willing to dig deep enough to find it. Stop running from what hurt you. Stop pretending it didn't happen. Start asking what is here to teach you. Because once you stop resenting your pain and start respecting it, you'll begin to walk in your purpose. You'll begin to use that pain to bless somebody else. You'll begin to realize that the thing that nearly broke you was actually what built you. So the next time life gets hard, the next time you feel like giving up, the next time you're crying and nobody's around to hear it, I want you to whisper this to yourself. This is a part of the process. This is my passport. This is what greatness feels like in its rawest form. I won't run. I won't fold. I won't break. Because on the other side of this pain is my purpose. There's a level of hunger most people will never know. A level of drive, of desire, of desperation that separates the average from the elite. I'm not talking about wanting something casually. I'm not talking about hoping it shows up one day or wishing it would just land in your lap. I'm talking about needing it, craving it, like you need air. Like if you don't get it, you won't survive. That's the level I'm talking about. You gotta want success, want greatness, want freedom as bad as you wanna breathe. You ever been underwater too long? You ever felt your chest tighten up, lungs screaming, your mind panicking because all it wants is oxygen? That's the kind of one I'm talking about. See, most people say they want success, but their actions don't match their words. They say they want to be great, but they're not willing to sacrifice. They say they want the crown, but they're not willing to carry the cross. They want it, but not that bad. Because when you really want it, you stop making excuses. You stop wasting time. You stop blaming the world. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You just move, you grind. You hustle like your life depends on it because it does. You get up early, you stay up late, and you do the work nobody sees when nobody's clapping, when nobody's cheering, when nobody even believes in you but you. That's what it takes. You gotta be willing to drown in your efforts, suffocating your grind, because the goal is so heavy on your heart that nothing else matters. You can't want it kind. You can't want it a little. You can't want it on Monday, but forget about it by Friday. You gotta live it. You gotta live it. You gotta breathe it. Every thought, every action, every decision has to be connected to the mission. If it doesn't serve your purpose, cut it. If it doesn't fuel your dream, leave it. If it doesn't push you forward, let it go. Because that dream ain't gonna chase itself. That future ain't gonna fight for you. You gotta fight for it. I remember sleeping in abandoned buildings. I remember not having food. I remember being so broke that I had to borrow clothes to go speak at events. I didn't have a stage. I didn't have a following. I didn't have cameras. But I had hunger. I had fire. I had desire that burned so hot in my soul, I couldn't sleep at night. I didn't need motivation. I needed air. That dream was air to me. And when that's how you feel, nothing can stop you. Not doubt, not lack, not failure. You think champions wake up and hope for greatness? No, they prepare for it. They train for it. They bleed for it. They suffer for it because they want it that bad. They're not in it for attention. They're in it for purpose. They're not looking for comfort. They're looking for growth. You got to ask yourself, do I want this more than I want to stay the same? Because that's the real question. Most people don't fail because of their dreams. They fail because they're not willing to trade comfort for growth. You want to be a doctor? You want to be a CEO? You want to be an artist, an athlete, a leader? Then you better want it more than sleep. You better want it more than video games, more than lights, more than parties. You better want it more than opinion, more than fear, more than the pain of discipline. You got to want it so bad. Giving up isn't even an option. It's not even a thought. Quitting. They ain't in your DNA. Losing, that's just learning. Setbacks, that's just a setup for the next move. But here's the thing. Ain't nobody gonna hand it to you. Ain't nobody gonna say, here, you suffered enough. Here's your dream. That's not how this works. You gotta earn it. You gotta fight for it. You gotta outwork the pain, outlast the struggle, and outrun the voices that say you'll never make it. Every single day you show up. Every single day you outdo the version of you from yesterday. Because that's what hunger looks like. That's what wanting it like air looks like. Don't tell me you want to be successful if you're not doing everything in your power to get there. Don't tell me you want change, but you're still living like the old you. Don't tell me you want greatness, but you're not sacrificing for it. If you really want it, then prove it. Let your life speak. Let your actions scream. Let your grind talk louder than your words. This ain't for the weak. This ain't for the soft. This is for the ones who are tired of breathing in regret and ready to breathe in destiny. You gotta want it that bad. You gotta chase it like oxygen. You gotta fight for it like your next breath depends on it, because it does. Everybody wants to level up. Nobody wants to let go. Everybody wants to grow, but few are willing to sacrifice who they are right now for who they could become. And I get it. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. It's scary to walk away from the version of you that you've known your whole life. But let me tell you this. The person you are today is not enough to take you to the next level. You gotta evolve. You gotta shed. You gotta sacrifice. Because greatness demands a price. And part of that price is giving up who you are to become who you were born to be. See, there's a battle inside all of us. The comfortable version of you, the one that's used to fear, used to excuses, used to stand in the same place, is fighting with a higher version of you, that future version, the one that's bold, the one that's focused, the one that wakes up with discipline, that talks different, walks different, thinks different, but you can't have both. One has to die for the other to live. You say you want to be great, but are you willing to kill the old habits? Are you willing to say goodbye to procrastination? Are you ready to silence the doubt, to stop entertaining toxic relationships, to walk away from comfort and routine and everything familiar? Because the road to your destiny is not paved with convenience. It's paved with sacrifice. You can't hold on to the old and grab the new at the same time. One hand has to let go. I had to let go of the streets. I had to let go of my ego. I had to let go of the version of Eric Thomas that was satisfied being average. I had to bury that man. That man couldn't take me stage. That man couldn't spot million. That man was loud but not focused. He had talent, but no structure. I had to sacrifice who I was to give birth to who I could be. And that ain't just my story. That's your story too. You can't be both the caterpillar and the butterfly. You can't fly while still clinging to the ground. Some of you are asking for wings while refusing to leave the cocoon. You're praying for next level blessing, but you're still stuck in first level behavior. You want promotion, but you're clinging to the version of yourself that's been holding you back for years. Let me tell you the truth. Some of y'all are one decision away from transformation, one sacrifice away. You're not waiting on a miracle. The miracle is waiting on you. But it's not going to show up until you show you're ready, until you show you're serious, until you prove that the old you is no longer in charge. Because destiny doesn't come when you wish for it. It comes when you work for it. But I get it. It hurts to let go. It hurts to leave friends behind. It hurts to be misunderstood. It hurts to say no when everyone else is saying yes. But hear me, that's the cost of growth. You will outgrow some people. You will outgrow old habits. You will outgrow old environments. And that's okay. That means you're moving. That means you're rising. Don't shrink to make others comfortable. Don't settle to avoid the pain of change. Greatness is not found in staying the same. It's found in who you become after the struggle. You think legends become legends by staying the same? You think giants are born from comfort? No, they made a choice, a decision to let go, to stop playing small, to stop chasing validation and start chasing vision. That's what separates winners from watchers. Winners let go, watchers hold on. You can't get to the top while dragging dead weight. So the question is, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up the late nights doing nothing, the distractions, the opinions of people who aren't building anything? Are you willing to give up pride so you can grow in humility? Are you willing to stop making excuses and take full responsibility for your life? Because the moment you do that, when you say, I'm done being who I was, I'm ready for who I'm meant to be, everything starts to shift. And this ain't about being perfect. This is about being intentional. Every day, choosing to kill the old self, little by little, choosing discipline over comfort, choosing vision over validation, choosing the future over the familiar. That's how you become the person you were destined to be. This is your time. This is your moment. But only if you're willing to pay the price. Only if you're ready to look the old you in the mirror and say, thank you for getting me here, but I don't need you anymore. I'm becoming someone greater. Because once you sacrifice who you are, you unlock the door to who you will become. Pain is real. It hits you in the chest, tightens your stomach, breaks your focus, and makes you want to give up. But hear me, pain is part of the process. It's the price you pay for greatness. The pain you feel today is shaping the power you'll hold tomorrow. You can't run from it. You can't avoid it. And you sure can't cheat it. You gotta go through it. You gotta face it head on. Because while pain may be sharp, deep, and overwhelming in a moment, it's temporary. It doesn't last. But quitting, that lasts forever. Pain will test you. It'll ask you, do you really want this? Are you serious? Or are you playing? It'll look you in the face and challenge your commitment, your discipline, your grind. And if you bow out every time it shows up, you'll never build what you were called to build. You'll never become who you were designed to be because every breakthrough comes with pain. That's the entrance fee. But quitting makes it all worthless. Quitting throws away all the effort, all the hours, all the sweat. Quitting erases your progress. You think the great ones didn't feel pain? You think Kobe didn't play through it? You think Serena never hurt? You think Jordan didn't have days where his body screamed at him? They all did. But they showed up anyway. They practiced anyway. They pushed anyway. They refused to let temporary pain make permanent decisions. That's what separates the champions from the contenders. Champions feel the pain, but they keep going. The problem with most people is that when pain shows up, they treat it like a stop sign. They stop everything. They say, it's too much. I can't handle this. But the winners, they treat pain like a checkpoint. They say, okay, I'm getting closer. The pain is proof I'm moving forward. I must be growing because pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's showing you what needs to be stronger. It's telling you where you still need work. It's preparing you for the real fight ahead. But quitting doesn't teach you anything except how to give up. And the more you quit, the easier it becomes. You quit once, you'll quit again. It becomes a habit, a mindset. You quit on the gym, then you quit on your goals. You quit on your goals, then you quit on yourself. Before you know it, you've lived a whole life beneath your potential, all because you weren't willing to push through the pain. You say, but it hurts. I know it does, but it's supposed to. That pain is the weight of growth. That pain is the cost of becoming. That pain is not punishment, it's preparation. So don't you dare give up. Don't you dare quit because it's hard. Everything worth having comes with struggle. Everything meaningful demands pain. But that pain is seasonal. It has an expiration date. Quitting doesn't. Think about it. How many people gave up 1 mile away from their dream? How many people folded the moment they were about to break through? How many lives ended with a what if? Just because someone couldn't endure 1 more day of pressure, don't let that be you. Don't let the momentary sting of failure rob you of a lifetime of legacy. Pain is the indicator that you're still in the fight. If you're hurting, it means you're alive. It means you're engaged. It means you're trying. There are people who feel no pain because they gave up a long time ago. They stopped dreaming. They stopped working. They stopped believing, but you're still here. You're still breathing. That pain you feel, that's power in disguise. And I promise you, when you come out on the other side, you'll look back and say, your luck was nothing. That pain, that was light work compared to the reward. The late nights, the rejections, the failures, the breakdowns, they won't break you. They'll build you. And you'll realize the pain didn't last. But your decision not quit, that's what changed everything. So the next time you want to give up, the next time you're crying, the next time your body is exhausted, your mind is screaming, your heart is heavy, I need you to whisper to yourself, this temporary. This won't last, but my victory will. And then get up, show up, push through. Grind with everything you got. You've made it this far. Don't quit now. Not when you're this close, not when your future is on the other side of that pain. Don't let a temporary storm make you throw away your lifelong dream. Don't let today's hardship ruin tomorrow's destiny. Let pain do its job, but you do yours too. You endure, you fight, you win. You say you want it, but do you really? Because when I ask how bad you want it, I'm not asking casually. I'm not asking if you kind of want it. I'm asking, do you want it like you want to breathe? Like your next breath depends on it? Like your life is on the line? Because that's the kind of desire it takes to be great. That's the kind of obsession it takes to rise above average. You can't just want success. You gotta need it. You gotta crave it. It has to consume you. It has to be in your blood, in your bones, in your spirit. Because when it's life or death, when success is the only option, then you'll do what it takes. You'll pay the price. You'll grind through the pain, the setbacks, the failures, the long nights, the loneliness, because nothing will matter more than the goal. Most people want success until it gets hard. They want it until it costs them comfort. They want it until they gotta make sacrifices. But that ain't real hunger. That's just hype. That's tough. When you want it as bad as you wanna breathe, ain't nothing stopping you. Wanna breathe, ain't nothing stopping you. You don't hit the snooze button when it's cold. You don't stop working when you're tired. You don't quit when it's inconvenient. You keep going. You keep pushing. You keep showing up. Not because you feel like it, but because you need it. Because it's in your soul. Because giving up isn't even an option. Let me break it down. Imagine you're underwater. You can't breathe. You're drowning. Your lungs are on fire. Your chest is tightening. You're not thinking about food. You're not thinking about sleep. You're not thinking about your phone or social media. You're thinking about one thing, air. That's it. That's all that matters. That urgency, that desperation, that focus, that's how you gotta chase your goals. That's the energy. That's the standard. You gotta want it like your next breath. Until then, you're just playing. See, that kind of desire changes the game. When you want it like that, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming people. You stop waiting for opportunity. You create them. You stop negotiating with your grind. You show up early. You stay late. You put in the extra reps. You study when everyone else is chilling. You invest in yourself when nobody else believes in you. Because you know what's at stake. You know what it'll cost if you don't make it. You know what it means to stay stuck. And you're not okay with that. That's what changed my life. I stopped wishing. I stopped wishing. I stopped hoping. I made a decision. I said, I want this more than I want to breathe. And everything changed. My habits changed. My circle changed. My work ethic changed. My work ethic changed. I didn't need motivation anymore. I had conviction. I had purpose would take you places that passion never could. Because passion fades. Feelings come and go. But when you want it like you want to breathe, you grind through the dark seasons. You stay locked in even when nobody's clapping for you. You hustle even when it's hard. That's the difference. You don't get the greatness by accident. It's intentional. It's deliberate. You gotta want it more than you want to party, more than you want to sleep, more than you want approval. You gotta be hungry for it. Not kind of hungry, starving. And that hunger shows up in your actions. It shows up in your discipline. It shows up in how you show up when it's hard. Because the world doesn't care about your potential. It only respects your results. And results come from grind, from focus, from a desire that's so deep, so relentless, so powerful that nothing can stop it. So the question is, how bad do you want it? Really? Not how bad you say you want it. Not what you post on social media. Not what you tell your friends. What are your actions saying? What does your daily grind say? Because that's the real answer. You can fool people, but you can't fool the grind. The grind knows. The dream knows. And life's gonna test you. It's gonna ask you, are you serious? Are you willing to fight for it? And if the answer is yes, if you really want it like you want to breathe, then you'll do what it takes. You'll burn the ships. You'll go all in. And you won't stop until you get there. I'm telling you, there's greatness in you. But it doesn't come out by chance. It comes out by choice, by fire, by commitment. You gotta want it with every fiber of your being. So take a breath. I feel that air in your lungs. That's what you need to survive. That's what you chase without hesitation. Now go chase your dream the same way. With urgency, with hunger, with desperation. Don't stop. Don't let up. Because if you want it like you want to breathe, you'll get average. The moment you settle for it, you surrender your greatness. The moment you say, this is good enough, you draw a line in the sand between who you are and who you could have been. I need you to understand something right now. Average is the enemy. It's the voice in your head that tells you to stop when you got more in the tank. It's the excuse that whispers, nobody else is doing more. Why should you? It's the easy way out. It's comfort. It's the couch when you should be grinding. It's scrolling when you should be studying. It's sleeping in when you should be getting up. And if you let average run your life, you'll wake up one day and realize you never even scratched the surface of what you were capable of. The world is filled with average. Go outside, look around. You'll see people just coasting. People who punch in and punch out, doing the bare minimum. People who gave up on their dreams because chasing them hurt too much. People who accepted mediocrity because excellence demanded too much effort. And if you're not careful, you'll blend right in. You become one of them. You'll become one of them. You'll dress like them, talk like them, think like them. And every time you say, I'm good, when deep down you know you've got more to give, you give a piece of your excellence away. But you weren't built to be average, not you. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't made to be mediocre. You were designed with greatness inside you. You've got gifts, you got potential, you got something the world has never seen before. But none of that means anything if you let average win. See, excellence is a choice. It's not about talent. It's not about money. It's not about luck. It's about commitment. It's about showing up when it's hard. It's about doing what others won't so you can live how others can. Average people do just enough. But the excellent, they do whatever it takes. Average people seek approval. The excellent, they seek result. Average people talk about their dreams. The excellent grind in silence and live their dream. And the gap between average and excellence, it's not talent. It's not resources. It's grit. It's discipline. It's that not stopping until I'm the best at what I do. In that mindset, it separates the great from the good, and the legends from the forgotten. You don't need a crowd. You don't need a cheerleader. You don't need a pat on the back. You need one thing, a decision that average is not an option, a decision that excellence is the only standard. Then no matter how tired you are, no matter how far you've come, there's always another level. There's always more inside you. Because the moment you think you've arrived is the moment you start falling backward. That's why you've got to stay hungry. You've got to chase excellence every single day like your life depends on it. Because it does. I'm talking about taking pride in your work, not cutting corners, not doing it for the claps or the likes or the trophy, doing it because it's who you are, because your name is on it. Because when people see your work, they see your legacy, and legacies are not built on average. Legacies are built on excellence day in, day out, over and over, when no one is watching, when no one is celebrating. That's where champions are made. Look, excellence hurts. It costs something. It demands more of you. It means going the extra mile. It means giving 120% when everyone else is coasting at 70. It means rejecting shortcuts, staying late, pushing past your comfort zone, saying no to distraction. And that's why most people stay average, because excellence is lonely. Excellence is uncomfortable, but it's worth it. I want you to think about your future. I want you to imagine looking back 10, 20 years from now. Do you want to say, I played it safe, I stayed comfortable, I did just enough? Or do you want to say, I went all in, I gave it everything? I chased excellence, even when it was hard. Because that decision you're making right now, with every action, with every choice, you're either feeding your future or you're feeding your failure. And average is the slow poison that kills your potential day after day, inch by inch, while convincing you that you're doing fine. Don't fall for it. Don't let the world trick you into thinking that good enough is good enough. It's not. Not for you. Not for someone with your dream. Not for someone with your calling. Not for someone who was meant to leave a mark. So rise above it. Refuse to be average. Outwork them. Outlast them. Outdiscipline them. Make a decision that from this moment forward, you will never settle for less than excellence, not in your work, not in your mindset, not in your character, because average is the enemy. And you're a warrior, you're built for more. It's time to act like it. Pain is real. I'm not here to tell you it's easy. I'm not here to sugarcoat it and pretend that grinding for greatness doesn't hurt. It does. It burns. It burns you, breaks you down. It stretches you. There are days when you feel like you can't take one more step. Days when your body is screaming, when your mind is filled with doubt, when your heart is tired. But here's the truth. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute, an hour, a day, even a year. But eventually it will subside. Eventually the struggle fades, the wounds heal, And what's left is what you build in that pain. What remains is the pride that you didn't quit. The pride that you pushed through, that you stayed the course when most would have folded. And that pride, that lasts forever. Pain is the price of greatness. Oh, there's no success without sacrifice. There is no victory without a fight. Too many people run from pain, but I need you to understand, it's not your enemy. Pain is the path. It's the fire that refines you. It's the resistance that builds your strength. It's the pressure that forms diamond. If you run from pain, you run from your purpose. You run from your destiny. You gotta face it, embrace it, use it. Because on the other side of that pain is a version of you that's stronger, smarter, tougher, wiser. When I say a pain is temporary, I'm not minimizing what you feel. I felt it. I've cried through it. I've bled through it. I've laid on the floor asking God if it was worth it. But every time I got back up, because I knew that the pain was just a test of my will. The test of my will, a test of my endurance, a test of how bad I wanted. And when I passed that test, when I kept going in the dark, the pride that followed was unmatched. I didn't just survive, I grew. I didn't just endure, I evolved. See, there will come a moment in your journey when everything in you says stop, when your body is tired, when the results aren't showing, when nobody is clapping for you, when you feel invisible. That's when the pain hits hardest. And that's when you got to remember this truth. The pain is only temporary. But if you give up, if you quit, that regret will stay with you. That voice in your head that says, what if I had kept going? That voice doesn't go away. But when you push through, when you conquer it, when you look back and say, I made it, that pride, that deep, soul-satisfying pride that never fades. Pride doesn't come from trophies. It doesn't come from applause. It comes from knowing you gave everything you had, that you didn't fold when it got hard, that you stayed committed when it would have been easy to walk away, that you showed up when no one was watching, that you chose to keep grinding when it didn't feel good. That's where pride is born, in the trenches, in the sweat, in the tears, in the pain. Let me be real with you. The pain is going to visit. Whether you chase your dream or you don't, pain is coming. The question is, are you going to suffer through pain with purpose or suffer through regret? Because it leaks when you go through the pain chasing greatness. There's a reward, there's a legacy, there's transformation. But when you avoid the pain by quitting, by staying in your comfort zone, you suffer anyway. And you gain nothing. Pain sharpens you, it teaches you, it humbles you, it shows you who you are when the lights are off. Anybody can be strong when it's easy. Anybody can grind when they feel good. But who are you when it hurts? Who are you when you fail 5 times in a row? Who are you when you're tired, broke, frustrated, alone? That's where champions are made. That's where legends are born. You want to stand on stages. You want your name in lights. You want to make your family proud. You want the respect. You want the rewards. Then you got to walk through the fire. And you got to smile through the struggle, not because it feels good, but because you know what's coming on the other side. You know that every painful step forward is building something eternal, something no one can take from you. Not money, not status, not thing, but character, integrity, discipline, the pride of knowing you never gave up on yourself. And here's the secret. Once you make it through that pain, it rewires you, gives you confidence, because now you know, if I can survive that, I can survive anything. That confidence stays with you. It bleeds into every area of your life. You hold your head higher. You walk with power. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. So stop running from the pain. Stop waiting for things to get easier. Dig deep. Deep. Find your reason. And when it hurts, when it burns, remember this, the pain is temporary. But the pride of what you're building, that's forever. That's eternal. That's the part of you that the world will remember. Keep going. You're closer than you think. Success doesn't come free. It doesn't fall into your lap while you sit back and wait for it. It demands sacrifice. It demands a price. And the moment you understand that, the moment you accept that truth, you get closer to the greatness that's waiting for you. You got to be willing to give up what you want now for what you want most. You have to make choices every single day that push you away from comfort and closer to your dreams. Let me be clear. Sacrifice isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. It means giving up the things that distract you, the things that waste your time, the things that hold you back. It means saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It means missing out on parties, late nights, vacations, and easy living. Because success is never built on convenience. It's built on discipline. It's built on putting in the work when you rather do anything else. It's built on showing up when you're tired, discouraged, and nobody is watching. Sacrifice means you understand the difference between wants and needs. You know that watching Netflix for 3 hours is a want. Training for your body or mind is a need. You know that scrolling through social media is a want. Studying your craft, building your skills, grinding on your goals, that's a need. The willingness to sacrifice means prioritizing those needs over your wants every single time. It means being so hungry for your success that temporary pleasure no longer controls you. Think about every person you admire who has made it big. Every athlete, every entrepreneur, every artist. They all sacrificed. They sacrificed their time, their sleep, their social lives, their comfort. They missed out on family gatherings, holidays, and nights out because they knew that every moment spent working hard was a moment invested in their future. They understood that sacrifice is the currency you pay for the life you want. And sacrifice doesn't only mean giving up the easy things. Sometimes it means giving up relationships that don't support you, environments that drain you, habits that kill your progress. Success demands you get uncomfortable with your current life so you can move toward a better one. It means cutting off negativity, distractions, anything or anyone that holds you back. Because greatness isn't just about what you have, it's about what you're willing to remove. You have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? How willing are you to give up your comfort, your safety net, your excuses? Because if you're not willing to sacrifice, then you're not ready for success. If you want to be great, you must prepare to lose. Lose sleep, lose parties, lose short-term pleasure. But in that loss, you gain something much greater. Your dream realized sacrifice is not forever. It's temporary, but the rewards are permanent. The pain of sacrifice lasts a moment, maybe a few years. But the pride, the joy, the freedom you gain when you achieve your success, that lasts a lifetime. That changes your family tree. That inspires generations to come. And the sooner you accept this, the sooner you stop complaining about what you have to give up and start embracing what you're going to gain. I want you to think about your vision. What's on the other side of your sacrifice? Is it a business you're building? A degree you're chasing? A body you're sculpting? A family you want to provide for? Whatever it is, it's worth every sacrifice you make. Because when you look back years from now, you want to say, I was willing to give up what I needed to give up to get what I needed to get. You want no regrets. You want a story of relentless pursuit, not excuses. Sacrifice also teaches you discipline. The more you practice it, the stronger you get. The easier it becomes to say no to distraction. The clearer your focus gets, the more your hunger grows. Because discipline is the muscle that carries you through the hard times when motivation fades. And sacrifice builds that muscle. Now, some people will tell you success should be easy, that you don't have to work hard, that it's all about luck or talent. Don't listen to them. They don't live the life you want to live. They haven't paid the price you're willing to pay. Success is earned. It's bought with sacrifice, with sweat, with tears, with relentless effort. Nothing worth having comes without cost. So you have to decide today, are you ready to pay the price? Are you ready to sacrifice the temporary comforts for something greater? Because the truth is this, your dream is not going to wait for you to be comfortable. Your opportunity won't knock on your door when you're relaxed and cozy. You have to chase it, fight for it, sometimes bleed for it. Sacrifice means commitment. It means waking up early when you want to sleep. It means grinding late when you want to rest. It means pushing through pain when you want to quit. It means choosing your future over your present. You have to understand something right now. No one else is going to write your story for you. You are the author of your own life. You hold the pen. You decide what your story looks like. It doesn't matter where you come from, what mistakes you've made, or what people have told you your whole life. None of that defines you unless you let it. What defines you is what you choose you with the pages ahead. Many people live their lives like someone else is controlling the plot. They let circumstances dictate the story. They wait for someone else to give them permission, to hand them the script, to tell them their role. But that's not how champions live. Champions grab the pen and start writing. They don't wait for the world to act. They act first. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them. And most importantly, they don't let past failures or current struggles define their future. They rewrite the narrative every day with the power of their choices. You've got to stop being a passenger in your life and start being the driver. That means taking full responsibility for everything that happens to you. Not blaming the system, not blaming your upbringing, not blaming your education or lack of opportunity. Those are just parts of your background, not your destiny. The moment you take ownership, you take control. And when you take control, you can change your story. Every day is a blank page. Every morning is a fresh start. You get to decide what happens next. You can choose to stay stuck in the old chapters of pain, failure, doubt, and fear. Or you can choose to write a new chapter filled with hope, growth, courage, and victory. It's up to you. The power is in your hands. You are the author, and your story can have any ending you want. But here's the catch. Writing a great story takes work. It takes courage to face the blank page, to confront your fears and doubts. It takes perseverance to keep writing even when the words don't come easy. When the chapters get tough, you will make mistakes. You will write some bad pages. But the beauty is, you can always start over. You can always edit your story. You can always rewrite your future. That's the freedom you have. That's the power you own. Too many people are afraid to write their own story because they're scared of failure. But failure is just a part of the process. It's a plot twist, not the end of the book. Every successful person you admire has failed multiple times. They didn't quit because their story wasn't perfect. They kept writing because they believed the best chapters were still ahead. They learned from their failure and used those lessons to make their story stronger. Remember, your story is unique. No one else has your experiences, your voice, your dreams. That means only you can tell it the way it's meant to be told. Don't let anyone else's story drown out yours. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Don't let the fear of judgment stop you from writing boldly and authentically. The world needs your story exactly as it is. You have the power to create characters, challenges, victories, and legacies. You can decide what kind of hero you want to be in your own story. Will you be someone who gives up at the first sign of trouble? Or will you be someone who fights through the storm, who learns and grows with every setback? The choice is yours. The pen is yours. The pages are yours. And here's something powerful. When you write your story with intention, you inspire others to do the same. When people see you owning your life, fighting your battles, and refusing to be defined by your circumstances, it lights a fire in their hearts. Your story becomes a beacon of hope, a roadmap for those who feel lost. You become a leader, not because you have a title, but because you have the courage to live your truth and share it with the world. So start writing today. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because that moment might never come. Don't wait for motivation, because motivation fades. Write because it's your story. Write because you have a purpose. Write because the world is waiting to see what you create. And no matter what the critics say, no matter what the obstacles are, keep writing, keep living, keep growing, keep growing. You are the author of your story. Don't let anyone else hold the pen. Don't let anyone else decide your ending. Your story is powerful. Your story is important. And the best chapters, they're still unwritten.